guys, what's up? Welcome back to part 2 of the Camaro build video. As I said last time, we'll be working on the nitrous kit in this video, and we'll be working on gauge pods and doing all the good stuff where we're taking it out for runs and see what we can get out of it. Right now, I pulled up the nitrous kit. It is a pieced out kit. It wasn't an actual kit like out of a box bought or anything, but everything's there. We got a nozzle, we got a plate. I don't like plates for anything. It's just a 100 shot. I don't like plates on these because you have to do stuff with the cable and longer bolts and this and that. This changes here. We have to cut this, and I don't like messing with all that. Nozzle in the bezel, or in the bellow. And we'll run our nitrous solenoid. We'll run our fuel solenoid. We'll run our purge, and then we'll run our nitrous line. We'll run our fuel line, and we'll run our wiring and our switches. And that'll be controlled by a pedal switch, which I'm going to mount here. So when it clicks, when it goes all the way, it clicks. That's what I'm going to do. Right now I have the nitrous kit just kind of thrown on there, most of the nitrous kit. Since it is a pieced out kit, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to route it, where am I going to run it. So right here I have the nitrous line, not nitrous line. This is going to be the fuel line out of the fuel rail. And I'm going to go under the throttle body. I'm going to come out this way, and I believe I'm going to connect the fuel line into the fuel solenoid. And then from the fuel solenoid, I'm going to come out into this one and route it here on this side or on this side, which I might do this side. That way I have my lines, and then my nitrous one, obviously I'm going to come from the inside of the car, just connect it to the nitrous, and then from that solenoid it'll go to this end here, and then just run my wiring and stuff like that. So just a pieced out kit. I looked up those brackets. Those brackets say they are for intake mount. Man, I tried every way. I don't know if you guys know that there's a nitrous bracket kit for F-body. It says that it's an intake mount. I tried mounting it, guessing where it goes, and there's not one spot that it looks good and or it mounts. I don't know how it works. It says it's for fast, it's for stock, it's for this and that, and I don't know how it mounts. I tried everything and they all look weird. So I'm gonna do my own way, and hopefully that looks better than what I expected that mount to look like. Let me mount it, then I'll go a little bit more into what's going on here. All right, excuse the mess. Very tedious wiring this up and hooking it up. So I figured out where I'm going to put the solenoids, mounted the solenoids to that bracket, to the head on both sides. Got my nitrous and my fuel. So out of the fuel rail, take off the Schrader valve, under the intake, into the fuel here on the backside, and then from out of the fuel down into the nozzle, and then out from the bottom of the nitrous down into the nozzle. That part's done. I still got to run my nitrous line into the car. So here, run a relay. We got power, ground, key source, and your accessory. So ground, I went to ground. Power, I went to power. And then green wire is accessory, which is whatever you're going to control, whatever you're going to activate, which is this. So one side of this goes together into the green wire, which is on the relay. It's number 87. If you look at the bottom of the relay, there's 30. 30 is power, 85 is ground, 86 is key source, and 87 is your accessory that you're going to power. So from there, 87, I went to the power side, or which either way where these work. So I went left and left to my 87 on my relay, and then the two right ones, I went to ground on the block, right? And then that completes that circuit. So all I need is the key source wire, which is the red wire, which is 86, which is here, to power. If you give power to this, the relay clicks on, the solenoids click on. So the way we're controlling power is, don't mind my little custom-made bracket here. The way you give power is here on the back side of this. This goes to the switch inside the car. So whenever you power the switch on and the light is on and the power is armed, that wire goes from key source to that switch, from that switch to here. So when I click it on, there's power here, but it doesn't complete the circuit to the solenoids or to the relay. So the relay sends a signal back to the solenoids unless I click this. So what I did is, when you go wide open throttle, that's it. So if the switch is armed inside the car and you floor it, it'll turn on the relay. The relay will turn the solenoids on once this clicks. This completes a circuit. If the switch is off in the car and you floor it and you do this, nothing happens. Nothing happens to the solenoids because the switch is cutting off power to the micro switch, which is technically your control, technically like a button, but instead of a button, we run it on the pedal. Because what happens a lot is people forget things. So I've wired up nitrous kits before where people are on the button, wide open throttle, and then they let off their pedal, they let off their foot, but they're holding the button still. And man, it doesn't take any time at all for it to just blow up. I mean, you will destroy the engine, burn a piston if you're still on the button. So I don't run buttons like in Fast and the Furious where they're hitting the button. Unless you have a lot of common sense and experience, a button wouldn't be a bad idea just to kind of, but you have to have a lot of experience. You have to kind of skill. This is like a fail-safe. He can be wide open throttle. As soon as he lifts a little bit, nitrous is off. Because nitrous, you only want it when you're wide open throttle, not half throttle, not quarter throttle. You only want it to click on when you're wide open throttle. So if he's floored, going down the track, and he lifts a little bit, nitrous is off. On, just a little bit, off. On, lifts a little bit, off. So that's a fail-safe. As long as the switch is armed, he'll have nitrous. If the switch is off, he won't have control to the solenoids. So the only thing I got to do now is I got to run my purge, which that thing is just to a button. Just from the purge to the button, from the button to power. And that's just your and switch. So I'm going to run that, and then I got to run a wire from that micro switch to the inside of the car. Where's the switch here? Again, I have a mess. Ugh. So like I said, arm, power will be on. There's power to the micro switch. It will not engage the solenoids until the little one on the outside is clicked by the pedal. That's off. The purge will work no matter what. So the purge is just from the solenoid to one side, from this side to key source, which would technically I would run it to one of these, just piggyback here to here, and then I can control my key source. And then here, it's a ground for a light, and then my key source, and then this one goes to the outside. I believe there's a little chart here. Usually it says it on the side of the switches, but I'll figure that out. But I know, let's say this one is out, this one is ground, and then this one is key source. Key source, ground, out to the car. So once this is on, it'll hit the micro solenoid, but it will not be on. The nitrous won't be on until the pedal is full throttle and the outside switch clicks it on. These other ones, heater, we don't have a bottle heater. And this could be anything you want. It can be an electric cutout. It's an up and down switch, so it could be electric cutout closed, electric cutout open. This could be bottle opener closed, bottle opener open. This could be a line lock, forward, however you want it to be. So I got to run and wire that on the inside of the car. And technically that'll be it. I got to mount the bottle. I have no idea where I'm going to mount the bottle. Normally, I mount the bottles. There was a big storm today. I don't know if you guys are watching this. By the time I post this video, hopefully it's soon enough, but there was a huge storm. Everything got wet. The inside of the shop got a little bit wet. It was really strong winds. It got wet here, flooded a little bit. So I swept out the shop and made sure that the cars were good. But yeah, normally these cars, I put the bottle on the inside of this panel that's here. I pop that panel off and I stand the bottle up on the inside of the quarter panel. But this car has a sound system, and somebody modified that insert area for an amplifier and a bracket and all this crazy stuff in there, so I can't put the bottle where I would hide it. I always hide the bottles in there. So I'm not going to do that. I think what I am going to do is I am going to put it in between the seats on this car. I'm going to mount it in between the back seat. That way he has access to turn it on and off when he wants to. And then obviously I got to do the gauges so he can know what his bottle pressure is at, and his AFR and his trans temp. So I need to continue this. It's looking good. I like the way it looks for just a kit that's just a random kit that he brought that, you know, it's not specifically for the car or anything like that, but I can make nitrous kits work as long as I got nitrous solenoid, fuel solenoid, nozzle, and lines. I can do everything else. The wiring, the mounting, the bracket, all that I can do. So let me continue here. Let me see if I can get the switches mounted and take care of that. Okie dokie. Switch is done. All the wires are ran. Relay's hooked up. Oh, the only thing I need to do is the purge. I gotta add a little an elbow there. It's not as close as you think. It's perfectly fine. I already checked clearances. I need to add that and run a purge so he can actually purge the system. But that's done. On the inside of the car, finished wiring. Oh look, one of these. Put that aside. Inside of the car, I need to put the panel back on, but I'm running the nitrous line. I am gonna do it in the back like I want to. I'm gonna relocate that amp. He doesn't really like the inside of the car to be too modified. He likes the car to be factory, so I'm gonna put that panel back on after I run the nitrous line. I just finished running it through. The switches are here. Let's see if I can put this down. Switches are here. See that? So I have my arming switch, my purge. I don't know if you could hear that. That's my purge. And the nitrous solenoids, or the nitrous won't turn on until I floor it. So let's see if we can hear it. That's the nitrous solenoid and the fuel solenoid working on the pedal. That's floored. That's not. It's floored. It's not. With it off, nothing. No nitrous, no nothing. On. So that's done. I wired everything. This other one is a bottle heater. And this other one is a switch. You can use a cutout. You can use a line lock. You can use the bottle opener here. Technically is what it's for. This is to turn on the bottle heater. This is to open the bottle, close the bottle when you have one of those electric bottle openers. We don't have that right now. So right now what matters is just the nitrous, purge, and you're floored. So that part's done. Now I got to do the bottle in the back of the car and run my purge line out to the windshield so we can have a purge. right, here we go. Nitrous is on. Plugs are in. Fuel lines are tight. Ran some gauges. Got an AFR gauge, a trans temp gauge, and a nitrous gauge. Oh, what did I do with the keys? They're up there. Buttons are on. Nitrous is on. So you got purge. Purge is working. Bottle is hidden, like I said. So I'll put this down. Shocks are no good on this thing. Bottle is hidden here in the back, mounted, lined up. Put this down. Let's see here. Trans temp, nitrous, and AFR. So we checked for fuel leaks, checked for nitrous leaks, everything's good right now. On the way to the dyno. All right, just got here to Josh's dyno. I brought the car on a trailer because just in case I have to leave it, I need a ride back, so I brought it on my truck. That way I can use my truck. But we're gonna get it ready. Put on the dyno. Jesus. F-150 there, 5.0. Yeah, gotta push this one out. Put it on the dyno here. So the goal is to just make sure that it runs safe. She's on. I'll strap it down, start working on it. Everything seems to be working good. I think right now we have 1,100, almost 1,200 PSI of bottle pressure. So it's gonna hit hard. I'll purge it. Yep. Yeah. Let's see how it does.
Le dije, ¿y? Está
No,
duro
but como que
para
es
estar.
100 and something over.
Damn, over 100 horsepower. Yeah,
On
100
yeah,
shot.
without it, yeah.
Damn. 463.
Oh, I panicked.
Holy
I
crap.
let go like
What a difference, dude. All right. So $100. 100 horsepower over on nitrous, which is 100 shots. So definitely what we needed. 463 horsepower. Definitely get us in the tens. So he's checking fueling. Everything's running great. Just a quick nozzle kit. We'll just do a little bit of more drivability and then take it to the track hopefully this Friday. All right, guys, we're back from the dyno. So, number at the end was 463 as a second gear pull. We weren't running a third gear pull because a little scary doing 100 plus on the dyno. Also, the car has a little vibration, but it's probably from all the solid lower control arms and stuff that it's got in the rear. It doesn't do it while cruising, doesn't do it while driving, it doesn't do it on the road when you're floored. It doesn't vibrate. Just load it on the dyno. I'm sure that, the differential is trying to do some work and the body's not really flexing because it's tied to the differential, the dyno, the straps. So get a little vibration. We don't risk them. We take care of the cars. There's no reason to beat it up and all that. Biggest thing was that we get our number. We get our graphs, our fueling and everything on point. The dyno number itself doesn't really, it's just what we can do. So our second gear was like 342, I believe. Yeah, 342 on motor, super low timing. Didn't rev it out either, just cut it off right at 6. Then on 100 shot, it went 463. So over 100 horsepower on 100 shot. It will do 5, I'm sure, if we add more timing and we are able to do a third gear pull. But I know it's a 500 horsepower car on 100 shot. And if it's not, we'll throw a 150 in it. It's no big deal. The goal is just to run the number, break the 10, which I'm pretty sure. I was going to go out for a drive, do some rolling shots, but looks like we got a storm coming in. And I don't want to risk it, especially during the rain or if I get caught drizzling. So it's going to be hard for me to go out, set a tripod up, go down the street, come back, hit record, blah, blah, blah. So we'll save that for another video. Will be part 3. We'll do our pretty much going to the track, making our numbers. I'll put some, do some videos of it running down the track and see what we can do. We still got to get wheels for it, wheels and tires. And honestly, just drive the car. So this will end part 2 of this Camaro build video. Make sure you like and subscribe and keep updated for part 3 coming very soon, hopefully in this coming week or next coming week when the weather's not so bad and the car has a good drag setup because it does spin. So keeping it safe. We don't need to abuse it. We'll let the customer have his fun with it. I know it's a good car. I know it's going to do what it's going to do. So again, don't forget to subscribe and we'll see you guys on the next one.